These are problems that's given to me. I don't have the funding that I have, that I need. Citizens of Richmond, I don't have the jail building that I need. Citizens of Richmond, they put so many people in jail today, we can barely keep them. I'm overcrowded, we have problems. And here you have people like Mr. Dorsey and Mr. Kazee running around calling me corrupt and inept administrator. It's just simply not true. I'm the sheriff, and I've been a good sheriff for you in this city. How do you repeat that?
Well, if you're going back, I would like not to think that the sheriff would go in a new jail and use those type of words about overcrowding. The jail will be overcrowded when it opens.
Wait. Are you telling my listening audience, to the people of Richmond and me, that the day the new jail opens is not going to be big enough?
No.
It's already overcrowded?
It's already
on day one?
On day one. The Commonwealth Attorney, a couple of days ago, Michael Hearn, said that he have instructed his staff, his assistant Commonwealth Attorney, to not to let a person go on their own recognizance if they have a $10,000 bond or less, because that would help people from going into jail. So what he is doing is trying to help alleviate that problem, maybe with a couple hundred people, so the jail won't be overcrowded. But as we sit today, the jail will be overcrowded.
Mr. Kazee, are you open to take a few questions?
Please.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to open it up for questions.
Jack's just getting warmed up. Come on back after the break on WLEE News Talk 990.
When I have an asthma attack, I feel scared. It's like tiny nails in the air poke my lungs. I start to cough. Sometimes my parents have to take me to the hospital.
Today, 1 out of 13 children suffer from some form of asthma, accounting for nearly 1/3 of all emergency room visits.
I feel like I'm choking. It's kind of like an elephant is on my chest. A little whistle sound comes out when I breathe.
But while your child may suffer from asthma doesn't have to make your child suffer. There are simple ways you can prevent your child's next attack. To learn more, log on to www.noattacks.org or call your doctor, because even one attack is one too many.
I feel like a fish with no water.
Brought to you by the EPA, the Ad Council, and this station.
My name is Dale Pazinski. I'm 19 years old, and this is how I live united. I've always been kind of a computer geek, and I found a way to use those skills to help the homeless in my community. For people facing hard times, computer skills and a basic resume are so important. It may seem like a small thing, but it makes a huge difference in people's lives. So with United Way, I created a program where I work with the homeless. Together, we go through their whole job history, write a resume, and then save it on their very own USB drive. We provide workbooks and training certificates. I even budgeted for cupcakes so we can celebrate as a class when one of our people gets a job. That's huge. When somebody says, "Hey man, that job that you helped me apply for, I got it." That's what living united feels like to me. My name is Dale Pazinski. I help people achieve financial independence. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
So today's your 18th birthday. Hey, Bobby, you're pretty exciting. Oh, yeah. I've got my whole life ahead of me. School, then a job. I've been waiting for this day forever. And when
how's it going with him?
All right. He cut it off. Michael Hearn got with them, told kids in them the other day that since the jail, he just made the announcement that when the new jail open up, it's going to be full.
That was in the newspaper.
Yeah, and say Michael Hearn told him that anybody with under $20,000 bond going to be let out on their own recognizance. That's what they just stopped. They just stopped right there and then watch this. Yeah, they know the jail is full.
Yeah.
Are you happy now? Very.
They need to put the real criminals in there and let the people out. They bullshitting all about money.
Yeah.
Mike Hearn know about it. He's a dirty bitch.
That's why I said all nonviolent defenders should be let go.
That's right.
Okay, so
listen.
Ladies and gentlemen, every line is loaded up. We're going to try to make it expeditiously as possible. Let's go to my man Earl in Henrico. Earl, ask your question as directly as you can. Line one, thank you. Earl, ask your question as directly as you can.
Okay, thank you so very much, Jack, for bringing them to the forefront. Mr. Lamont Kizit, thank you again for your...
Earl Bradley, yeah.
My question is, you spoke of integrity. During the procurement process of the new jail, the sheriff stated that he would bring them folks.
He's behind us.
So on and so forth, in order to address the already full capacity of the jail. So his word does not mean anything, is what I'm hearing from you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Kazee?
Yes, Earl, I agree with that.
What's the best way to get out of here?
Go down and make a right.
He had made that evident.
You can go
that
do
I
that.
have to
Do that now.
make up for him. He's done that himself as far as the procurement.
Come on, right here.
And vendors at the sheriff office. I worked under administrations that have done that with Sheriff Winston. I know Dr. Enlow had tried to get to do the medical in the jail for many years. Those are the type of things, even though Dr. Enlow's business is not in operation at this time, if I was the sheriff, he would have gotten that contract.
Let me ask you this. Who provides the medical services for the jail? Prescriptions and that kind of thing?
Prescriptions, they put it out in a bidding, like a bidding war.
Okay.
And but the sheriff has the right to to pick really who he wants.
Okay.
And if I was there when Earl was there, he would have got it.
Okay. Let's go to Muhammad. Muhammad in Island Park. Ask your question. Time is short.
Yes, when I was down in Richmond City Jail in 73, 74, they had a strip cell down there with a number of hole in the floor. But they didn't put nobody in there because Judge Murray shut it down. So if you take on a new jail, if you need strip jails in there, are you going to shut them strip jails down?
Thank you for your question.
Okay, Muhammad.
The last time I worked at the jail at the sheriff office for 30 years and 8 months. I worked inside the jail for 16 years, worked in the courts and civil process for 15 years. So the last physical time I was in the jail working, 1997, those cells were still locked down. They used to keep cleaning material in them. So
they were in compliance with Judge.
They were in compliance.
Okay.
At that time.
Do you know whether or not they're still in compliance now?
I can't speak on that at present because I haven't been on that building in that jail in many years.
Okay. Let's go to I think Rob in Southside. You're on the Jack Bradley show.
Thank you, Jack. Mr. Kizit, thank you so much for coming on. This is the first I've heard of you, and I'm impressed. I used to be in the come down to jail business 2 to 3 times a day, and the heat down there was oppressive. That's a third world jail, ain't no doubt about it. Have you heard anything about what Mr. Dorsey was saying about the $250,000 disappearing for that AC?
No, I haven't. The day was the first I heard of that. I was listening as well to Mr. Dorsey. So the answer would be no, I haven't heard that.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Let's go to...
Good. People asking questions about me.
Lewis. Lewis, you're on the Jack Bradley show.
Yes. Good afternoon. Good morning, sir. I'm just having a comment. Comment is what Kizzy was stating as far as the strip cell with the hole in it. I'm a former I was a former co-worker there, yes.
Wait a minute. You're a former what?
I used to be a former worker there.
Okay.
And yes, cells who have just holes in them. Also, yes, when you walk through, telling enemies to turn their back. Yes, as far as promotion boards, you just pick this where the favoritism comes in at. And yes, that's a problem because you have people being promoted that doesn't know the senior people that are there, been there for 10, 15 years, and that would cause problems.
And you're the second or third person to confirm the fact that Sheriff Woody has a policy at the jail when he walks down the hall, inmates on the hallway must turn their back and face the wall and not look at him?
Correct. The officials giving instructions, turn around, face the wall.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Let's go to Douglas. Douglas in Richmond, you're on the Jack Bradley show.
Yes, sir. Mr. Kazee, my question is to you that you said you've been with the Sheriff's Office before you retired for 30 years and 8 months. Yes. Under the regime with Mitchell and Winston, were you promoted?
No, I was not promoted. I spent a great deal of my time at the sheriff office working on the education tier. I worked in classification or as a classification officer. You get the salary of a lieutenant, but you have the rank of a deputy. But based on having a college education, I've met the qualifications of that job, so I do have supervisory skills as well.
All right. Other question: were you promoted under Sheriff Woody?
I was a deputy under the, for my whole 30 years.
I
thought you were promoted under Sheriff Woody and you gave him an award. I was somewhere where you gave him an award and you were promoted to corporal. Is what I was.
Oh no, sir. I've never been a corporate. Never been awarded anything.
No, you awarded the sheriff an award.
No, I did not award the sheriff an award. The sheriff was at a church, and the minister had him to award me the award over at...
Exactly, that's what it was. He awarded you an award.
Yes, I was the...
You spoke highly of him at that point in time, so how did that change?
I didn't speak highly of him. I spoke intelligent of him. We were at that type of setting. And I told him, thank him for the time that I've been there, and that was pretty much it. And
bullshit.
The minister there, Dr. Swenson, had him to give me the award. It wasn't from him, it was from the church.
All right, gotta move, Steve. Gotta move. You had 3 good questions. Sorry. Let's go to hello, is he? Steve on line 1. Hello, Steve, you're on the Jack Gravely show. He's gone. All right, somebody on line 2? Okay, that's it. Mr. Kazee, we have about a couple of minutes before we get out of here to go to break. You have about 30 seconds for a closing statement.
Thank you, Jack, and thank the people of the city of Richmond. It's time for change. We have to correct the wrongs instituted by nepotism, favoritism, and unprofessionalism. We must pull the cover off under-table punishment, humiliation, demoralization of deputies. We must care for the rights and securities of both inmates and deputies. Vote Lamont Kizzy, November the 5th, for sheriff for the city of Richmond. Thanking you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank Mr. Kizzy for being on the Jack Gravely show. What spirited, passionate interviews this morning from both candidates. And Mr. Kizzy, not only can you see it, you can feel it. The man is in the studio with me, and let me tell you, I thoroughly enjoyed the interview with him. We're looking forward to Major Irvin coming on later. Mr. Kizzy, thank you very much for being on the Jack Gravely show.
City of Richmond.
All right, thank you. We're going to news break. We'll be right back. Jack Gravely show.